Right, kitty. Right, kitty. Look at this beautiful valley. Isn't it? I mean, it's incredibly amazing to have a river and a valley. What's this? What's the leaf? A river and a valley in your backyard. Extremely amazing. Try to set this down and then just record. I hope it's recording. The last time it turned off, it's still recording. Alright. I wanted to tell this story of something that had happened to me here. Oh, there goes my phone. I was in the front woods a few years ago, and I had some friends coming over. They were dropping me off some money in my mailbox, and it was at nighttime. And what was weird was I'd lit this fire in the front. For a long time I had this rock. I called it a firestone because it came from this there's an aggregate company over there, and a friend of mine was working there with another guy, and he lived right there too. And he got this crazy ass big rock, and it has all these spirals and shit in it. It was quite an amazing rock. I did get a piece of it, and I used it like one of those stones to line up for the energy grid. If you look over on this land, you'll see that there's a heart on the Google Earth map, because my dad mowed the heart into the grass, because it has the bottom of it already. So all you need to do is leave the top, and wildflowers and shit would grow in there, and the creatures love that. But when I lit this fire, it suddenly sparked up of all the embers, and the embers took form, and it looked like a lady, and she was like, "Follow me." And I followed her, and whatever that was communicated to me, and it told me not to mess with this person that I was it was actually my friend's girlfriend, and I think it was suggesting that she wasn't that good of a lady. Maybe so, maybe no, I don't know. They seemed to, I think they might have got married, maybe not, I don't know what happened to them. They moved away. I was friends with his son for a long time. It's like, and I think that's part of your ability to manifest some form of destiny or experience. At least I would hope. I mean, who in the fuck wants to have an experience that's less than what you should have? Why is this upside down? I don't know what's up with this thing. It never recognizes right side up, upside down, and then it does. Okay. When I first got it, I couldn't get it to turn right for nothing. I wanted to tell my dad's stories, but he doesn't want me to. I can tell one of mine. Whenever I was in the Golden Dawn, and what was good about that is you could get your grade material, and then you could, pass the grades and advance further. And you would have your stuff, and it was in a hermetic order. Takes each element and separates them out. So you go through neophyte grade, then you go into earth, then you go into air, then you go into water, and then fire, and then you become a minor adept, and then a major adept if you get in the inner order, which I did not. Our group sort of disbanded. But one of the things that happened to me when I was in there was we rented a van and we came and got a conference room from one of these hotels in Austin, and we all met there and did this. We were doing they have thing where you invoke God forms, and it's like your astral area around you. You know what I was talking about with that auric egg. You can mold it and you can take the forms of, like if you were going to put on the costume and do ritual magic, you would take the different gods, say in the pantheon of like the Egyptians. They play different roles in the ritual, and the ritual involves circumambulating, you know, with the sun or the other way to banish. But I put on this god form and of Horus. It's actually Horus, which is Horus the Elder. And I had such a profound experience, I named my son Horus. I thought he would like that name. Maybe not. Horus Drake. My vision went from binocular human vision immediately to where I could see on the sides of my head. I could see all around my body. And you can't even think what that is. Like you can't think and imagine something like that. Like to see in one circle everything that's around you, because you're always in this vision. You know, I've never been able to do it. I only perceive binocularly with my eyes on the front of my head. I don't have an eye behind my head. If you were to open that eye, hey kitty, if you were to open that eye in the back of your head, I mean, I really don't know how you'd be able to focus both ways at the same time. Forwards and backwards. I don't think you could focus but one way. I don't think you could focus both. Like animals that are not predators have their eyes on the side. Horses, deers, but cats, predators, they have we're predators, so we have our eyes are on the front. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just how your brain is set up and your relationship with your environment. Normally grazing animals have, you know, the view of the side of the head. Dogs, wolves, snakes, they have forward facing vision. But that was one experience. Another one was they had early on in the Earth grade, they had a ritual to travel back in time. And, you know, it was like, imagine a time, and at the time it was around Halloween time. So I went back, as they said, go back a minimum of 10 years and observe yourself. Now, what had happened was, when I went back to observe myself, I was looking at myself from the closet down at myself on the bed, and I was making my Halloween costume in my room. But I noticed that I'd saw myself and actually created some weird loop where I haunted myself, because I thought I saw a ghost, and I remembered it, like I forgot. There was another time we were in there, and the same time, this might have been me too, where I had some toys in the top of my closet from being a kid, and like I had the Technodrome from the Ninja Turtles, and it flew out of the closet at us, which scared me and my younger brother. He's 7 years younger than me. You know, shit like that doesn't happen, not on its own. I've had stuff like that happen here. So that was weird. When I went back in time to observe myself, I actually haunted myself. But here's the thing that happened in that house that I know wasn't me. I had to write a report. I think I was like in 4th grade, and I had to write this. Is it still on? I had to write this report for school, and I had borrowed my grandmother's typewriter so I could type it up. It's like one of those old style typewriters. And a couple of the nights at 3:30 at night, or 3:33, whatever it was, because I could see the time on an alarm clock, one of those digital ones. I had one of them old style ones with the red numbers on it. it was like something was mashing a button like that, you know. It's like, what in the hell is that? And then one night, it was, I'm laying asleep, I'm laying on the bed. These are my legs. And my bed was up in the air. Like it was built into the wall, but my dresser, which is about this tall, 4 foot off the ground, the frame of the bed was on that. So it was 4 foot off the ground. Now I'm laying there, my head's against the wall, my feet are to the dresser on the end. I got pulled and my feet are hanging off the dresser, and I woke up and I'm like thinking somebody just did this to me while I was asleep. There's nobody there. I run to my brother's room. He's asleep. He's small. He couldn't have done it. Nobody else is up in the house. I go to lay back in bed, and I'm terrified now. I'm freaked out. I could hear that typewriter. See, this is what I was talking about with the loosh, because now they had enough loosh out of me to be able to get manifestation. The manifestation that happened was I could hear that typewriter going click, 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 click. And in the morning when I went to look, it had the paper in there, and it said, Sid and Bobby killed me. I showed that to my mom. I showed that to my brother, my friends. And they're like, no, you did this. I was like, I did not do this. And I didn't do it. That's just some stuff that happened to me in my house. We think maybe somebody got killed in that house, a kid. We don't know who he is. But in my stepdad's room, that was the most scariest part of the house. But those are just some of the experiences that I had. We'd like to have a partner to do, or even a group of people to sort of have the same mindsets and goals. But, the only one person that I did have close to that was probably Alyssa. And, she got with some guy, so she's not going to be able to do that. And that's kind of sad, because for a minute there I thought I liked her. But it should be a girl, obviously. Even if it's just a friend that you have that you do that, there was a point that spirit told me that you need to do this with the male and the female, as if like these are two energies that are supposed to be together, and you need to do it in that context. That's the whole point. And I'm like, okay, well, I get it. Well, that's not very likely at this time, I guess. So, but that's just food for thought, because that's what I received. All right, bye. Have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. Happy. Joy.